Hello, it is Saturday at noon. No. Hi everyone, my name is Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today I'm starting a weekend reading challenge. It is Saturday, and today at 1 o'clock my time, but 12 o'clock Eastern time, I am starting 8 hours of sprints with Leandra, the TBR Zero. I'll link Leandra down below, to start this weekend reading challenge. And this weekend, I am trying to see how many Ice Planet Barbarians books I can read in 48 hours. I got a Kindle for Christmas and I have become obsessed with Kindle Unlimited, absolutely obsessed. And I decided to try KU Romances a little while ago for a video. I'll tag it somewhere here. And Ice Planet Barbarians was one of them. And I was actually very surprised how much I enjoyed this series. I read the first one and actually really liked it. I was really expecting it to be just completely smut, not that there's anything wrong with that, but there was a lot more plot than I was expecting and a lot more sci-fi plot than I was expecting, and I really did enjoy the first book. If you don't know what this series is, it follows a group of women who have been kidnapped from Earth by aliens. The alien ship, something happens to it and they have to dock on a planet, and basically the aliens abandon the women and their ship on this planet. On this planet are a group of ice barbarian aliens who come to the women's rescue, and in the first book, Georgie and one of the aliens become a couple, and that spawns the start of the series. So like I said, I'm gonna just see how many of these I can read this weekend. I do have other things going on this weekend that I have to do or need to do, so I don't know how much reading I'm gonna have to do, but we'll just see how the weekend goes. I'll take you, I'll vlog. But today I am doing 8 hours of sprints, so I'll get a good amount of reading done, at least to start. I'm gonna run this for 48 hours from 1 p.m. today to 1 p.m. on Monday, and we'll just see what happens. And I'll take you along. We'll see how many we read. We'll see if I find them repetitive. That is a possibility. I do have the audiobooks for all of these from my library, so that's awesome. And I'm excited to get started. The first one that I'm reading is obviously book 2. I'm not reading the novellas. I'm just gonna read the actual series books. I talked to Crystal and she said the novellas really weren't necessary, so I'm just gonna stick to the main series. The first book is Barbarian Alien, and I believe this follows Liz. Liz is kind of the second main female character in the first books, and I'm excited to see Liz's story. We kind of leave off with Liz kind of going off with one of the other aliens. So I'm excited to see the continuation of that, as well as see the continuation of the plot, because I've heard from a few people who started reading it around the same time I did, that there is a pretty good plot progression, at least in the first 7 or 8 books. So I'm ready. I'm ready to see how this series continues on and get to reading. I'm gonna go get set up for sprints because we're actually starting pretty soon. I'm gonna get my snacks, get my drinks, get ready, grab a coffee, you know, all the things that you do, and get settled to start book 2, because me and Leandra are both starting book 2 on sprints today. So let's go. I'll keep you updated. I'll vlog as much as I can, and we'll just see how the next 48 hours goes. Okay, so it's just after 6 o'clock. We've been on sprints for just a little over 5 hours. We're now on Leandra's channel, and I just finished Barbarian Alien. I really liked this one because it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I did not know that going in, so that was very exciting for me. I really liked this book, and I'm actually going to give it 5 stars. So this follows Liz and Rahash from the end of the first book. There is actually even a little bit of overlap where we see the events from the last couple of chapters from the first book overlap and see them from Liz's perspective. So basically at the end of the first book, the women are welcomed into this blue alien ice planet tribe, but they have to take on a parasite that helps them live in the atmosphere, or they will die because of the gases in the atmosphere. So this parasite basically will do something called resonate, which is like vibrate with the person that you're meant to mate with. I'm only saying that because it's not really a spoiler. It's just kind of like part of how this world works. And it's kind of necessary if I'm going to be talking about future books. So Rahash vibrates for Liz. And when she takes the parasite, she vibrates for him. But she's like, no, I want no part in this. I just took the parasite to survive, but like, you're cranky. He's very gruff and she wants no part in it. So he kidnaps her and takes her to a hunter's cave, basically so that she can like fall in love with him. Very Beauty and the Beast. And as she gets to know him and as he kind of takes care of her and shows her the ways of this planet, she finds out there's more to him than meets the eye and does fall for him. Like I said, it sticks very close to the layout of the original Beauty and the Beast story. As soon as I was reading it, I said to Leandra, this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Like it's very similar. However, near the end of the book, obviously once they find out that they are in love, they do go back to the tribe. And for the last 15-20% of the book, we are with the tribe. And I found this so interesting because we learned a lot about the alien society, and the aliens were learning a lot about human culture and trying to like merge those two cultures together. And it was actually very interesting to read. I love Liz as a character. She is sarcastic. She takes no guff from anyone. She does what she wants to do. She will stir up trouble if she thinks she needs to get her way. She pulls no punches. She's like, I'm gonna hunt with the men. I want to take care of myself. Like, such a strong character, and I loved Liz so much. Rahash is definitely very grumpy, but mostly due to the fact that he has been waiting a very long time. This society is very male heavy, and he's lonely, really. He's a lonely guy. He's so cranky and grumpy and gruff, and he is definitely a beast, but he really does want to take care of Liz. He just doesn't know how. He doesn't have the abilities. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got this human person and he's like, what do I do? And he's trying his best, not necessarily in a good way, but he is trying his best. So I've never met a Beauty and the Beast retelling I didn't love, and I loved this one, honestly. Like, it was just a really interesting take on this kind of classic storyline. But also I loved seeing, like I said, the part of this melding of these two ways of life, and I really enjoyed it. So like I said, I'm going to give this one 5 stars, and I'm excited to take on the next story. The next story is Barbarian Lover, which is book 3, and it is Kira and Ihoko's story, and I'm so glad that this is the next couple, because Kira is a pretty strong side character in the first book and has a pretty strong part in the second half of this book. Kira in the first book has had a translator imprinted into her head. So for a good portion of the first book, she's the only person who can actually speak to the aliens and can understand the aliens until they figure out the language barrier. So I'm excited to see Kira's storyline because I really like Kira as well. Kira's a little bit more even-keeled, a little bit more soft-spoken. She's definitely going to be really different to Liz. And because I feel like Liz and Georgie are actually fairly similar, I'm interested to see how this storyline goes with a character that is kind of more different than our first 2 main female characters. So I have 15 minutes left in this sprint, so I'm going to go start that right now. And I may be able to get through this one tonight. It depends. Might not finish it until tomorrow morning. It depends on how I go. So let's see. I will come back to you with what happens with this third book. Hello, it is Sunday at noon, and I wanted to do a quick check-in. I am currently 63% through book 3 of Ice Planet Barbarians, which is Barbarian Lover. As you can see, I'm kind of set up for filming. That's what I just finished. I had to film my Tuesday video this morning, and I actually have a lot going on today. I'm gonna be going to the library. I went outside earlier and played with my son for a bit because it is a gorgeous spring day today. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think I'm gonna be working on a secret project for this channel today as well that needs a little bit of work. So I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done today. I did read about 15% this morning, so I went to bed at about 40-ish percent, 45, somewhere in there, and read a little bit this morning. But I'm hoping that even though I have a busy day, that I will still get some reading done. I'm hoping to finish this and potentially finish book 4, but I at least want to get a good amount into book 4. Again, we'll see how the day goes, and I will be bringing you along with me and vlogging as I go. Right now, I'm going to stop filming. I'm going to clean up because, like I said, I just filmed, but I will take a vlog clip of my setup because you will laugh. There is a lighting thing on a chair, which is on a table to make it higher so it doesn't shine on my glasses. Like it's a hot mess over here when I film, but you use what you got, right? That's my theory anyway. I'm sure there are much more professional booktubers out there. Maybe this will inspire you to know that you can do it too. This is not a fancy setup. I will take a video of it when I'm done. There's toys everywhere. Mom life, booktuber life. I just plan a barbarian reading. That's what we're gonna go do. So let's go do it. You're getting a little kitchen update because as I was cooking dinner, I finished Barbarian Lover. I really had a good time with this book. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. This follows Kira and Ihoko, and I think Ihoko is by far my favorite alien we've met so far. And this is probably my favorite couple. The reason it's only getting 4 stars is I didn't find the storyline, especially through the middle, as interesting, and I kind of felt like some of the things Kira did not really like line up with Kira's personality in the middle. But other than that, I really liked this book, and I'm still giving it 4 stars. Like, still a great rating. Also, like, ignore the lighting in here because the sun is setting, I'm making dinner. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. So like I said, I love Ihoko. Ihoko is an alien who really just loves Kira from the very first moment of seeing Kira, and kind of starts to court Kira to get Kira to become his mate. However, Kira is not resonating for Ihoko, and we find out the reason for that is resonating is a part of basically the mating. Sorry, I'm gonna move the lighting because the lighting is not good coming in that window. So, sorry about that. Moving the camera, and let's continue. So basically we find out that resonating is a part of the way that they mate, which I did know, but basically you only resonate when you're ready to get pregnant. Kira is barren. She knows this from a very early age due to an illness that she had on Earth, and knows that she will never resonate, and has feelings for Ihoko, but knows that like there will never be a resonant match with these two. Ihoko does not care. He does not care. He loves Kira, and he's like, we are going to be mates, and I don't care if we never resonate. He does not care. And he is fighting to make her understand this, and it's what endears me to him so much because he's really trying to convince Kira that this is something that can happen for them. Kira, if I didn't mention, I think I did, but I'm not sure, when the first set of bad aliens abduct them and leave them on the planet, they put a translator in Kira's ear. So for the first little bit, Kira's the only person who can like understand all the aliens. However, now that they've worked their way around the language barrier, this translator is not necessary, but it makes Kira be able to hear like everything happening in the tribe. Like it amplifies the sound and makes it very hard for her to have any peace while around anyone because she can hear for like everything happening in the whole tribe. So she wants this removed. So during this time, we see how there's a work around this and how Ihoko helps Kira deal with the transmitter in her ear. They go on a journey with another alien and also another human, Harlow. And during this journey, something happens to Harlow. And we don't even really know what happens, but the next book follows Harlow. And it doesn't even tell me what alien is the match, but the next book follows Harlow after what happened to Harlow on this journey. So I'm very excited to continue. I will say I didn't really care much for Harlow in this book, but like I'm interested to know kind of what happened with Harlow. So I believe book 4 is Barbarian Mine. If it's not that, whatever the title is will be here, but I'm pretty sure it's Barbarian Mine. And like I said, it's Harlow's story and an unknown alien. So I'm going to go read that right now. It's dinner time on Sunday night, so I still have like 20 hours left of this 48-hour challenge. So let's see what I can get done. Hi everyone, I have finished Barbarian Mine, and it's going to be the last book I read for this 48-hour reading vlog. I thought I would have got through more books, but I had a very busy weekend with other life things, so I'm actually pretty happy that I ended up getting 3 done. I feel like that's still a lot, so maybe I just overestimated what I could read in a weekend while also doing other things. Probably did. But I'm happy that I got 3 done, and I cannot wait to continue this series because I am really enjoying it. Leandra and I have decided to basically buddy read the rest of the series together because we had such a fun time on sprints on Saturday reading them together and discussing them. And I think that's how we're gonna do it. It's just like set up sprints, roll up and read one of the IPB books. But before I wrap up this vlog, let's talk about Barbarian Mine. This is my least favorite of the series so far. I'm gonna give it 3 stars, and it just made it to 3 stars. For a little while, I thought it was gonna be a 2. It is my least favorite, and the reasons for it being my least favorite are gonna be hard to talk about because they are spoilery. But this follows Harlow and Rook. Rook is a alien. He is the same race as the blue aliens that have been in the previous books, however, did not grow up with the tribe. And for reasons that I'm not going to talk about, Harlow and him end up becoming mates. Because Rook didn't grow up with the tribe, Rook's development was very stunted. He was basically abandoned at the age of like 6 or 7 to the wild and raised himself. Any language that he learned prior to that abandonment, he's lost. He has lost really any sense of civilization. Yes, these are aliens, but they do have a tribe and a civilization and a way of living, and they have blankets and clothes and baths and soap. Like they have a civilization, and Rook knows nothing of any of this, and like I said, has no language. Early on in the first book, the aliens and the humans find a very easy way to communicate with each other. So there isn't a language barrier through all of these books. But this was even not a language barrier. It was like he didn't have any language. And that went on for a very long time. And it kind of bothered me, to be honest. Because of Rook's upbringing, his development seemed kind of like stunted. I don't know, the relationship to me was just a little at the beginning. Also, even how they got together was a little questionable for me. So it just didn't vibe for me. That's okay. Not every book in a 19-book series is going to be a favorite. What I did like though was about halfway through the book, they sped forward a year in the life of this couple. And once that happened, because there had been a pretty good development of, like I said, the language and things during that year, I started to really like this. Also, the tribe comes into the second half of this book, and I enjoyed that part as well. So that's how it got to be 3 stars, was that second half of the book. Harlow is also not my favorite. She wasn't my favorite when she was introduced in book 3, so I'm not really surprised that this one just kind of fell flat for me. Moving on and moving upward, I still had a really great weekend. And it was still a 3-star book, but like I said, for a little while, it was almost a 2-star book. So it's a very low 3-star for me. However, like I said, I still had a really fun weekend. I had a great time with Leandra on sprints and with everyone in the comments. I've read 3 fun books. I ended up having a 5-star, a 4-star, and a 3-star. So it was like all over the place. and I am excited to continue this series. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you are having a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.